Welcome back to the Night Gamer channel, and over the last couple of days the Geneva Motor Show has been underway in Switzerland. It started on the 3rd of March and it's open till the 13th of March. There is so many special cars there. I had to do a video showing my top 5 favourite cars I've heard and seen from the show. There's just so many good ones though, it was really hard to decide which ones. I've got my sister here because you love cars as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Your favourite car being?
Aston Martin DB11.
Oh, that's a lovely car. Iconic with the James Bond films. It's got a V12 engine as well. Many brake horsepower and very expensive.
Yeah.
Well, second-hand ones are not.
Yeah, they're actually, I think...
They're a lot cheaper than I thought it was. But anyway, we're not here to talk about an Aston Martin DB9. We're here to talk about our top 5 favourite cars. Hopefully this won't be cheesy and grey. We're going to have lots of facts and figures, so stick with us. But here we go. Number 5 is the Pagani Huayra BC. It has an AMG Mercedes Source 6-litre twin-turbocharged V12 engine producing 800 brake horsepower.
The BC stands for Beni Caiola, which is named after Pagani's first ever Zonda customer.
It can do a top speed of 200, well, an excessive top speed of 220 miles per hour. There's not many stats and figures on this, so I don't know any 0 to 60s or anything like that. And it weighs 1,218 kilograms. A normal Huayra car is around £660,000. These 20 special Huayra BCs are estimated at €2.35 million. The body panels are completely different than the standard Huayra, which is what I love about it. It's this very special hypercar. What's your favourite bit of it?
I just think the bodywork is absolutely gorgeous.
Pagani do a fantastic styling. They've really got that car so awesome. It's just so awesome, isn't it? I love the doors. I love the glass on top of the doors. And just inside that car, all the chrome dials and the way the steering is, the carbon fibre inside, the gorgeous seats. There's just so much. Everything is gorgeous. It would have been nice to know a little bit more on how fast it actually goes. But anyway, that's the Pagani Huayra.
At number 4 is the Ferrari GTC4Lusso. It's the updated version, and it's aimed and targeted at a younger audience, as there's 4 seats. So there's been aerodynamic improvements, which include a new front grille with integrated air intakes, new air vents on the rear wing, a roof-mounted rear spoiler, and a new diffuser. It has the same 6.2-litre V12 engine already fitted to the FF, but with the power has been raised from 651 brake horsepower to 680 brake horsepower. The maximum power is 8,000 RPM. It reaches 62 miles per hour from a standing start in 3.4 seconds, which is 0.3 seconds faster than the FF. However, its top speed is unchanged at 208 miles per hour, weighing 1,790 kilograms.
What I love most about this Ferrari is the inside bits of it. I'm not too much of a keen on the styling on the outside, but the way the 10.25 inch sat-nav and control centre on the driver's side, but more importantly, that small screen on the passenger side where they can see all the G-force, the driving modes, you can control the Apple CarPlay and music and all the rest of it from the passenger side, and the display just complements that dash so lovely. It's just so nice. And of course they've got the nice finishes, the seats look stupidly comfortable, and I bet your kids, if you were driving your kids to school and you turned up in that and you let your kids out, God, you know,
I think they'd
that is one hell of a trip to school, I would say. At number 3 is the Koenigsegg Regera. Very strict limited numbers on how many are going to be produced at £1.23 million each. It's the first hybrid Koenigsegg to be produced, weighing at 1,590 kilograms. Powering the Regera is a combination of 2 different things. We've got the twin-turbocharged 5-litre V8 engine, which produces 1,085 brake horsepower at 7,800 RPM. But with that is, of course, the electric motors, where they've got 3 electric motors, one on each rear wheel of the car, and one on the crankshaft, which produces the extra 704 brake horsepower, giving the car a complete combined power output of 1,479 brake horsepower. So it does 0 to 62 in 2.8 seconds, 0 to 186, sorry, in 10.9 seconds, and 0 to 249 miles per hour in about 20 seconds. This car, I started to love Koenigsegg's over the last year or so. What I especially like about this is its special design, that bit where it's all about comfort and sort of, it's got all your additional features and stuff. So it's got the Apple CarPlay, and I do quote from Koenigsegg that they've gone for optimum comfort and functionality, which you can actually tell with all the bits and pieces they put inside the car. Is it the doors you like mostly on the car?
Yeah, I like the way the doors are unique and swivel to the side instead of being raised up.
Yeah.
And how the door automatically pulls in, which personally I think is quite an interesting idea.
Yeah, the doors, I've seen this on various videos of this Koenigsegg. This is the first mass production one, and will be publicly available. But some on the pre-builds, I've seen the way the car just, the doors actually just pull into the car, which is really cool.
At number 2 is the Bugatti Chiron. It reaches 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds, and 0 to 186 miles per hour, which is reached in below 13.6 seconds. It weighs 1,995 kilograms and has a maximum top speed of 261 miles per hour. It's roughly about £1.9 million and 2.4 million euros. It's quad turbocharged 8-litre W16 cylinder engine, and it has absurdly 1,479 brake horsepower, which is developed at 6,750 RPM.
There will only be 500 Bugatti Chirons available, and already 150 have already been sold. So it's doing already pretty well if a quarter of them have already been sold.
Yeah. But the unit, it delivers 492 brake horsepower, which is more than the engine used by the Veyron. So
it's a significantly quicker car.
Yeah.
I know it does. The top speed is beaten by 7 miles per hour more than the Veyron. And yeah, it's just another insane car, isn't it? And the styling, I love those lights. I don't know if you've seen, but there's the 4 individual lights in there. Oh, very nice. And of course you've got all those gorgeous leather and carbon fibre details on the inside. But this is the head-to-head car where you've got the Bugatti versus the Koenigsegg. If I had a choice between the Koenigsegg or the Bugatti, now it's very interesting because they both produce the exact same brake horsepower, but the Koenigsegg's a hybrid hypercar, and the Bugatti is this very heavy, but at the same time extremely quick supercar, well, hypercar as well. So I don't know which one I would choose. I'll probably go for the Koenigsegg because it's slightly more rare. I don't know. It's a really hard one to decide, but I probably would go with the Koenigsegg for me personally. And at number 1 is the Lamborghini Centenario. I had to put this at number 1 because I absolutely love this car. You love it, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
The styling is insane, but let's get some of the technical specs out the way. So basically, there is only 40 cars going to be made, 20 coupe versions and 20 roadster versions, which have already been sold. So if you want one, if you're listening to me right now and you want one, I'm sorry, they're already gone. They were sold for £1.64 million each. So you got this gorgeous angled carbon fibre bodywork with these deep air intakes. You've got ducts carved across the body. Downforce is a clear priority on this, the way they've styled all the diffusers and the way the aerodynamics are, and it's just built to be extremely aerodynamic and slipstream and cut through that air no problem. I love those tail lights at the back. You can see it's got this Aventador sort of look of it. It's very aggressive. It has a 6.5 litre V12 engine from the Aventador. But the power has been ramped up to 759 brake horsepower, which is 19 brake horsepower more than the Aventador SV. And the revs have been raised from 8,350 RPM to a 8,600 RPM, which is insane, and the car only weighs 1,520 kg. So it's got an impressive power to weight ratio of 499 brake horsepower per tonne, and 0 to 62 in 2.8 seconds, and reaches 186 in just 23.5 seconds, which is 0.5 seconds faster than the Aventador SV, and it's claimed to have a top speed of 217 brake horsepower. It has Pirelli P0 rubber tyres and carbon ceramic brakes. You've got a 20-inch diameter wheels at the front and 21-inch diameter wheels at the back. This car, though, is just so special. You look at it and you go, it's something special, and it's just something extremely limited. And I just love the styling. I love the Aventador to bits, but this here is now on top of that. They've just grabbed that styling and has ramped it up a bit. I mean, what do you love most about that car?
Well, I think it definitely deserves to be #1 because its exotic looks inspire anyone who looks upon it, and it has incredible specifications. And it was created to celebrate 100 years since company founder Ferrari Lamborghini was born.
Yeah, so it's a tribute to him.
Yeah.
But there we go. There is our top 5 cars from the Geneva Motor Show. Let me know in the comments what your favourite cars were. I mean, there were so many other cars. We got a 200-mile-per-hour Jaguar F-Type, which looked fantastic. The 2016 Mclaren 570 GT, the Grand Touring car, which has been designed for long-distance driving. I wasn't overly amazed by it because it was like a normal sort of car. The way they've just dumbed down the brakes but added more storage, more weight to it. But it's, as its name suggests, it's for long distance driving. We had the new Aston Martin DB11, so you would have loved that car.
Yeah, but they only showed it slightly. And the Vanquish and Vantage are still in works.
Yes, they are, yeah. So there wasn't overly much on that car, which is why it wasn't really featured. But yet, nevertheless, it was still shown.
Yeah.
So my own favourite car, I've always loved the Audi R8. I do love the new model and everything like that. But if I had to choose an exotic car, it would have to be something like a Lamborghini Aventador or something like that. But I know for a fact, the Ferrari, I've forgotten the name of it. Ferrari F12, that's the one. That is a fantastic car as well, but way out of my price bracket. I would never be able to afford any of these cars. So that's why I aim for the R8. It's more of an affordable car for me. What about you, Jode? What is your favourite car?
Well, as I said at the beginning, the Aston Martin DB9 is definitely it holds a special place in my heart. However, obviously the Lamborghini and McLaren, etc., they're all up there. But as I say, yeah, Aston Martin is very special to me. Yeah,
it's a very special car manufacturer, and they're doing really well now as well, opening new manufacture places in Britain. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was educational and gives you all the facts on these new cars, hopefully coming out in the next year or so. There was a lot of concept cars, hypercars like the Lykan Hypersport. God knows what the total value of that place would have been with all those cars in it. But thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. As I say again, let me know in the comments below what your favourite car was from the Geneva Motor Show. Night Gamer is signing off.